Welcome to Sleep Story, your nightly escape into a world of dreams and tranquility. Before we embark on our journey tonight, take a moment to unwind and relax. Find your most comfortable position, nestled in your bed, letting go of the day's tensions. As you settle in, allow yourself to be cradled by the softness around you. As you lie comfortably, let's start with a relaxing sleep induction. Inhale deeply, counting to 4. Hold your breath, counting to 7. And then exhale slowly, counting to 8. Repeat this breathing exercise. Inhale, hold, exhale. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, hold, exhale. With each breath, feel yourself sinking deeper into relaxation. Let's count down from 10 to 1. With each descending number, feel your body and mind slip further into a state of complete relaxation. 10. Your toes are becoming light and tension-free, as if a gentle wave of relaxation is washing over them. 9. Your ankles loosen and unwind, letting go of the day's journey, bringing you comfort and peace. 8. Your legs feel the warmth and ease, resting as if on a cloud, light and unburdened. 7. Your waist and back release all stress, surrounded by a comforting warmth. 6. Chest and shoulders melt away all tension, breathing in relaxation and ease. 5. Arms and fingers relax, sinking into the soothing softness of your bed. 4. Neck and head muscles ease, every tension dissolving into calmness. 3. Breathing steadies, deepening. Each inhale brings peace. Each exhale releases stress. 2. Your heartbeat is calm and steady, reassuring you with every beat. 1. Now deeply relaxed, ready for a restful sleep. As our countdown concludes, you are now in a state of deep relaxation, poised at the threshold of sleep. Our story is about to begin, crafted to guide you into a peaceful slumber. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the narrative lead you into a serene and restful night. Let's begin our journey into the land of dreams. The rain gently tapped against the window, providing a rhythmic backdrop to my restless thoughts. As a writer, I often found solace in the quiet hours of the night. But tonight, was different. The blank page in front of me seemed to mock my lack of inspiration, its whiteness glaring in the dim light of my study. I glanced outside, where the rain had transformed the world into a reflective canvas of shimmering streets and glistening leaves. A sense of restlessness overcame me, urging me to step out into the night. Perhaps the rain could wash away the cobwebs of my mind, I thought. With a deep sigh, I stood up, donning my coat and hat. The comforting weight of my notebook in my pocket reminded me of the countless times it had been my faithful companion in moments of inspiration. Tonight, it would join me again, in hopes of capturing the elusive muse that danced in the rain. Stepping out into the night, the cool rain greeted me like an old friend, its touch gentle and familiar. It was the kind of rain that whispered secrets and told tales of distant memories. Each droplet felt like a soft caress, a comforting presence in the quiet of the night. As I walked down the lamplit street, the golden glow of the streetlights created pools of light on the wet pavement, turning each raindrop into a sparkling gem. The rain's gentle kiss on my face seemed to carry stories, each one a forgotten moment from my past. I felt as if I was walking through a tapestry of my own history, woven by the rain's tender touch. The rhythmic pattering of rain on the pavement soothed my restless spirit. It was a steady, soothing sound, a lullaby for the thoughts that churned in my mind. With each step, I felt a deepening sense of peace, as if the rain was washing away the layers of stress and doubt that had accumulated over the endless days of writing and rewriting. I wandered aimlessly, allowing the rain to guide my steps. The familiar streets of my neighborhood, usually bustling and lively, were now serene and desolate. Veiled under the rain's gentle curtain, they took on a mysterious air, transforming into a scene from a forgotten dream. The wet cobblestones glistened under the streetlights, and the trees lining the road swayed gently in the breeze, their leaves rustling softly, adding to the night's melody. The rain seemed to be playing a symphony, composed for the night alone. Each droplet that hit the ground resonated with a unique note, creating a harmony that resonated deep within my soul. This was the music of the earth, a song of renewal and rejuvenation, a reminder that even the most mundane paths can be transformed into something magical. In this rain-drenched world, my mind began to wander freely, unhindered by the constraints of structure and form that governed my writing. Ideas that seemed elusive before now flowed as freely as the rain around me. The night, once a barrier to my creativity, now felt like a canvas, vast and endless, waiting to be painted with the words that were now surging forth from a wellspring of inspiration. As I continued my walk, I felt a profound connection to the world around me. The rain, the street, the night. all were part of a larger story, a narrative that I was both writing and living in. It was a moment of clarity and creativity, born from the simple act of walking in the rain. I remembered my childhood, those carefree days when rain was an invitation to a world of adventure. We would dash outside, my siblings and I, with our brightly colored raincoats and rubber boots, ready to conquer the puddled kingdom of our backyard. Each splash in a puddle sent waves of laughter into the air, mixing harmoniously with the rhythmic tapping of raindrops on our hoods. Those were the days when our imagination knew no bounds. Every raindrop was a pearl of wonder, every storm cloud a castle in the sky. We would create fantastical stories, casting ourselves as heroic adventurers in epic quests through these rain-soaked landscapes. The simple act of catching raindrops on our tongues was a game of tasting the sky, a playful reminder that joy could be found in the smallest of moments. As I strolled through the rain, these childhood memories flowed freely, like the raindrops that traced paths down my coat. I thought of my early days of writing, when I first discovered the magic of words. Each sentence I wrote was an exploration, a journey into the unknown realms of my imagination. The world was a canvas, and my pen, a brush painting stories in vibrant colors. The rain, with its gentle persistence, seemed to be urging me to rediscover that sense of wonder, to look at the world through the eyes of my younger self, with curiosity and awe, to see beyond the mundane and touch the extraordinary. It was a call to embrace the imagination of my childhood, to blend it with the wisdom I had gained over the years. I paused under a large oak tree, its robust branches offering a haven from the rain. The leaves above me formed a natural canopy, each one catching and releasing raindrops in a delicate dance. The sound of rain on the leaves was like a symphony, a composition of nature that was both tranquil and invigorating. Each drop contributed to a harmonious chorus, a melody that spoke directly to my soul. Pulling out my notebook, I felt the pages brimming with potential. The blank spaces eagerly awaited the touch of my pen, ready to be filled with the words that were now bubbling up within me. As I began to write, the words came slowly at first, then poured out with increasing fervor, much like the rain cascading from the sky. In that moment, under the shelter of the oak tree, I realized that inspiration was indeed all around me, in the rain, in the memories of my past, in the simple act of walking through the night. The rain had transformed from a mere companion on my walk to a muse, a guide that led me through the corridors of my mind, unlocking doors to stories yet to be told. I felt a deep connection with the world around me, a sense of being part of something larger than myself. The rain, the tree, the night. They were all characters in the story of this moment, a narrative that I was both writing and experiencing. It was a revelation, a rediscovery of the joy of creation, born from a solitary walk in the rain. The rain, now a constant companion in my nocturnal journey, led me to the warm glow of a quaint café nestled in a quiet corner of the street. Its windows, fogged from the warmth inside, painted a picture of comfort and coziness that beckoned me. As I pushed open the door, a wave of warm air greeted me, rich with the aromas of coffee and freshly baked pastries. The cafe was a haven, a world away from the wet chill of the night. Soft music played in the background, a gentle melody that seemed to dance with the rhythm of the rain. I chose a secluded table near the window, where I could watch the rain paint its patterns on the glass. The cafe was sparsely populated, with a few solitary patrons immersed in their own worlds of books and laptops. The murmur of their quiet activities blended with the background music, creating a symphony of mundane yet comforting sounds. As I sipped my coffee, its warmth seeping into my bones, I found myself drifting into memories of my college days. Those years were filled with endless conversations over coffee, dreams woven into the steam rising from our cups. We were young, fueled by ambition and the naive belief that we could change the world with our words and ideas. I remembered the late nights spent in similar cafes, scribbling furiously into notebooks, our minds buzzing with literary theories and philosophical debates. The clatter of keyboards and the rustle of pages were our soundtrack, as we poured our souls into essays and stories. The rain outside seemed to echo the sentimentality of those memories. It reminded me of the importance of those formative years in shaping my path as a writer. Each drop against the window was a reminder of the fleeting nature of time, of the precious moments that slip away like rainwater in a stream. Lost in thought, I barely noticed the cafe owner, an elderly gentleman with kind eyes, as he approached my table. He asked if everything was all right, his voice tinged with genuine concern. I smiled, assuring him that all was well, that the cafe's warmth was a welcome respite from the rain. As he left, I pulled out my notebook once again. The pages, now slightly damp from the rain, seemed to welcome my thoughts. I began to write, not about grand ideas or profound philosophies, but about the simple beauty of a rainy night, a warm cafe, and memories of days gone by. It was in that small cafe, with the rain serenading me from outside, that I found a piece of myself that I had forgotten. The young dreamer who believed in the power of words to evoke change and stir emotions was still there, waiting to be rediscovered in the quiet moments of reflection. As I left the cafe, stepping back into the embrace of the rain, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. The visit had been more than just a shelter from the storm. It had been a journey back to the essence of who I was and who I wanted to be as a writer. The rain, now a gentle drizzle, seemed to approve of my newfound resolve. It whispered promises of inspiration and stories yet to be written as I continued my walk into the night. Leaving the warmth of the café, I ventured further into the night, guided by the soft patter of rain. The streets, now glistening under the streetlights, led me to the steps of an old library that had stood as a silent guardian of knowledge for generations. As I entered, the familiar scent of aged books enveloped me, a comforting embrace that seemed to transcend time. The library was a sanctuary of tranquility, its vast halls and towering shelves a stark contrast to the bustling cafes and rain-soaked streets outside. I wandered through the aisles, my fingers trailing over the spines of countless books, each a world unto itself. The soft rustling of pages and the occasional creak of the wooden floorboards were the only sounds that disturbed the hallowed silence. Finding a secluded corner, I settled into an antique chair that had likely supported many seekers of wisdom before me. The rain's gentle tapping on the window provided a soothing backdrop as I opened an old tome, its pages yellowed with age. The words leaped out at me, tales of distant lands and long-forgotten adventures. It was as if the authors themselves were speaking to me across the ages, their voices not dimmed by time, but rather made more profound. In their narratives, I found echoes of my own journey, a reminder that the quest for knowledge and inspiration is timeless. My thoughts drifted to my early days as a writer, when every discovery was new and every experience a source of inspiration. Those were the days of fearless exploration in my writing, unburdened by the weight of expectation or the fear of failure. Lost in this reverie, I barely noticed the time passing. The library, with its endless troves of stories, had a way of making one forget the world outside. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, allowing the mind to wander freely in the realms of imagination. As I delved deeper into the book, a sense of clarity began to emerge. The characters and their journeys seemed to mirror my own struggles and aspirations. Their triumphs and tribulations resonated with me, reminding me that the essence of a good story lies in its ability to connect with the reader on a personal level. Closing the book, I sat for a moment in contemplation. The library had always been a source of inspiration, but tonight it felt like a guiding light, leading me back to the heart of my writing. It was a reminder that at the core of every story lies a universal truth, a shared human experience that transcends time and place. As I left the library, the rain had eased into a misty drizzle, a gentle caress on my face. The night seemed quieter now, more more serene, as if it too had been a part of my journey within the library's walls. With a renewed sense of purpose and a heart full of stories waiting to be told, I continued my walk. The night, with its rain and its whispers, was no longer a barrier to inspiration, but a canvas, ready to be painted with the words of my renewed spirit. The night's journey, rich with memories and insights, led me to the serene outskirts of the city, where a tranquil lake lay nestled. The rain had softened to a whispering drizzle, creating delicate ripples on the lake's surface. The moon, breaking through the parting clouds, cast a silver glow over the water, transforming it into a mirror of the night sky. I walked towards the water's edge, drawn by the lake's quiet beauty. The hustle of the city seemed a world away, replaced by an enveloping calm. The gentle lapping of the water against the shore was a soothing melody, a natural symphony that resonated with my soul. Standing there, I gazed into the lake, seeing the reflections of the night stars twinkling like distant dreams. It was as if the lake held secrets, stories waiting to be discovered beneath its placid surface. In that moment, the water was not just a body of liquid, but a canvas of possibilities. My thoughts turned introspective, reflecting on the journey my life had taken. Like the lake, my path had its ebbs and flows, moments of clarity and times of turmoil. I pondered the dreams I had pursued, the successes I had celebrated, and the setbacks that had taught me resilience. I thought about my aspirations as a writer, how each story I penned was a drop in the vast lake of human experience. Writing was not just a profession for me. It was a way to connect, to share, to understand the world and my place in it. The lake, in its silent wisdom, seemed to understand my musings. It was a reminder that life, much like a story, is a series of interconnected moments, each one significant in its own right. The calm water reflected not just the physical beauty of the world, but also the depth and complexity of human emotions. As I stood there, a sense of peace washed over me. The chaotic thoughts that often plagued my mind as a writer seemed to dissolve, leaving a clarity of purpose. I realized that every experience, every observation, was a thread in the tapestry of my storytelling. The night had grown deeper, and the moon hung low in the sky, casting a gentle light over the scene. I took out my notebook once again, the pages eager to capture the thoughts flowing from my mind. Under the moon's soft glow, words flowed onto the paper, weaving tales inspired by the night's journey. The lake had been more than a scenic stop. It had been a place of reflection and understanding. As I left its shores, I felt a renewed connection to my craft. The stories I would write were not just mine, but a culmination of all the sights, sounds, and emotions the night had offered. leaving the air fresh and the world around me washed anew. The streets, once veiled in mystery under the night rain, now shimmered with the promise of a new day. The journey through the night had been a pilgrimage of sorts, a quest for inspiration and understanding that had taken me through the corridors of memory and reflection. I felt a profound sense of peace, a serenity that came from the realization that inspiration was not something to be sought in far-off places, but something that lived within me, in my experiences, my memories, and my perception of the world. The walk in the rain had been a metaphorical cleansing, washing away the doubts and fears that often accompanied the life of a writer. I had embarked on the journey feeling lost, seeking inspiration in the rhythm of the rain and the solitude of the night. But as I walked back home, I realized that what I had been searching for was with me all along. The stories I wanted to tell were not just constructs of imagination, but reflections of life itself, of the beauty and complexity of the human experience. The rain, the café, the library, the lake. Each had been a teacher in its own right, imparting lessons about the world and about myself. As I reached my doorstep, the first rays of the sun broke through the horizon, casting a warm glow over the world. It was a new day, a blank page waiting to be filled with stories yet to be told. I entered my home, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. The night's journey had rekindled my passion for writing, reminding me of the joy and power of storytelling. I knew that the path ahead would have its challenges, but I also knew that I carried within me the light of inspiration, kindled by a walk in the rain. The rain had been more than just a physical phenomenon. It had been a companion, a muse, and a guide. As I sat down at my desk, the blank page in front of me no longer seemed daunting. It was an invitation, a canvas on which to paint the stories that the night had whispered in my ear. With a heart full of stories and a spirit invigorated by the journey, I began to write, my pen dancing across the page with newfound energy. The rain may have stopped, but its echoes lingered in my words, a testament to the night when I walked with the rain and found inspiration in its embrace.